Hi all, we're going to look at another instructive game today, this time featuring a spectacular positional queen sacrifice. Mind-boggling complications arise in this game. I can't possibly explore all the variations, but if you have any questions, please leave them in the YouTube commentary and I'll try and answer them. White was Nezhmetdinov and black was Chernikov. The year was 1962, played in Rostov. So Nezhmetdinov played e4, and then we have here the Sicilian Defense was played, the open Sicilian, and now we see the accelerated dragon variation. So black with g6 is though weakening the dark squares around the king. Let's make a mental note of this for the main strategic theme of the game, which is the positional queen sacrifice. Knight c3, bishop g7, bishop e3, theory so far, knight f6, bishop c4. So the bishop's quite comfortable in that diagonal, eyeing the sensitive f7 pawn. After castles, bishop b3, knight g4 was played, and now we see the trade of knights, and queen h4. So white's got a kind of attacking looking position. After queen a5, castles was played. The queen, by the way, couldn't have taken the pawn because of knight takes c2 check. I'll explain that in the YouTube commentary if you want. So here, black played bishop f6. Now here is the start of this amazing positional queen sacrifice. Instead of just routinely moving the queen away, and maybe even accepting a draw by threefold repetition, like queen h6, bishop g7, queen h4, bishop f6, white was very bold. White, by the way, was Tao's trainer and a good friend of Tao. He had a plus record of 4-1 against Tao, this guy, Nezhmetdinov. And he helped Tao win the World Championship match against Botvinnik, the first time he faced Mikhail Botvinnik. So Tao and Nezhmetdinov have a kind of similar attacking combinative style. And in this position, Nezhmetdinov came up with this crazy idea of just sacking the queen for two minor pieces and a bit of central control, apparently. So queen takes f6 was played. Now instead of black routinely recapturing with e takes f6 and bishop takes d4, where this knight's going to be immediately useful coming to d5, he plays actually knight e2 to deflect the knight away, to make it lose time at least. So here, after e takes f6, would you say that white is lost here? After all, white has sacrificed a queen worth 10 units by standard chess scales for two pieces worth 6 units. But let's start to look at the positional compensation and black's king safety. After knight c3, we're going to see an octopus knight. Have a look at the knight on d5 earlier video. So the octopus knight comes in now to d5. So black can't take on e4 because already the octopus knight is taking care of things. Knight takes f6 and winning the rook. So black defends the pawn on f6, and now white starts intensifying all the pressure on this measly poor f6 pawn, because if that f6 pawn goes, then the gates are open for black's kingside weaknesses. So white now played bishop d4, and also now, as well as these two pieces ganging up on f6, white's also made way now for this rook d1 to d3 to f3 manoeuvre, making use of this semi-open d file and the fact he hasn't got a d pawn. So white's really ganging up now on f6. King g7 was played, and now rook ad1. And now here, I left it in Rivka, believe it or not, this position. And it's starting to become equal at depth 16. At depth 19 it was definitely equal. Rivka assessing this position now as equal, believe it or not. d6 was played, with the idea now of bishop d7 to b5. So black's trying to activate this bishop and thwart white's attack. So rook d3, bishop d7, rook f3. So the ganging up continues on the f6 pawn. And now bishop b5 was played. So white has this choice. Does he want to move that rook? Be told what to do? No, he plays bishop c3 actually first. He attacks black's queen. And after queen d8, he still doesn't move the rook. He plays knight takes f6. So there's all sorts of menacing threats now. Black actually played bishop e2 in the game, and here white now has a clear advantage according to Rybka. Can you see the next move that white played? I'll give you 5 seconds, starting from now. Right, white played knight takes h7 check. Wow. So this bishop is checking the king, right? And after the king takes the knight, we see, if the king had taken the knight, we see kind of a pack of cards effect. Because rook takes f7 check, and all of a sudden, this rook's completely unfree. So say the king moved to h6. Then bishop takes e6 is strong, and white's winning this, believe it or not. White's got ample compensation now. The rook and 2 bishops are starting to be more than enough for rook and queen after bishop takes rook. So for example, bishop takes rook, and bishop g7, and white's much better according to Rybka. So, knight takes h7 check. Black actually played king g8, and now white played rook h3, and all of a sudden we see this coordination of the rook and bishop on this sensitive h8 square. So white's still offering this exchange for yet another move. Black now wanted desperately to try and block this diagonal. He played actually rook e5. And now white, continuing his ferocious now attack, played f4. So that rook is being evicted off that e5 square. Black now played bishop takes f1, refusing to move the rook. And now Nezhmetdinov, instead of even just taking the rook, he played actually just king takes f1, saying to black, what are you going to play now? Because this diagonal and this rook are really coordinating very well. Black's king is in real trouble here. And look at this rook on a8. It's still not doing anything much. It can't sacrifice itself yet for this bishop. It's not on c8 yet. So he does actually play rook c8. And white wants to avoid any rook takes c3, blunting this powerful diagonal. So he plays actually here bishop d4, a quiet move, bishop d4. So white's keeping all these positional trumps. Black's not going anywhere anytime quick. So b5 was played, and now Nezhmetdinov, instead of taking the rook, actually just plays knight g5. So he's exerting now pressure on f7. So look at that bishop and knight coordinating, as well as this bishop and this rook. So it's a great, amazing team here of 4 minor pieces going absolutely wild around black's king. Rook c7 was played, trying to defend that f7 point. And now we see a spectacular idea. I'll give you 5 seconds to see if you can spot it, starting from now. Okay, white played bishop takes f7, believe it or not. Now this is getting a bit ridiculous. What is going on here? In the game, let's just look at the game continuation. Rook takes f7 was played. And now, look at the material situation. Black 10, 15, 20. White 3, 6 and 11 in total. So a deficit of 9. However, can you see a very nice move here for white? I'll give you 5 seconds, starting from now. White played rook h8 check. So this is reminiscent of Petrosian and Spassky, a kind of rook h8 check, where black's position comes down like a pack of cards. Because after king takes h8, knight takes f7, winning a whole rook and also forking queen and king, leaving white up on material, believe it or not, after all that. After knight takes d8, white is now clearly up on material. Rook takes e4 was played, and now white plays knight c6, just protecting that bishop. And after rook takes f4, king e2, black's had enough. Black resigned. A pawn down, and knight and bishop are more than enough for the rook. So white's got a clear material advantage. and black left it there.